I'm not late. I'm not late, man. I'm not late. Bro, you're late, man. You're late. I'm not late, man. Okay, so listen. Alright. Probably I'm just gonna keep starting the stream off with a little bit of React and then moving into gaming and whatnot. I think that fits a lot more. Unless I have a game plan for like the entire day and it's all like laid out already. Now something's wrong with my nose.
This right here needs to get roasted. For anyone who does.
Thank
Oh, here we go. Yo, you know what? You know what's gonna be different
video
today?
this time, less preparation, because this right here needs to get roasted. For anyone who doesn't know, a video came out somewhat recently from someone who claims to be a former employee of Mr. Beast, and that video contains about 53 minutes of content. Too long, didn't watch, that's totally fine, because I did my own summary breakdown, which I'll link down below in the description, with legal examples and a full description about the more meaningful claims, again, linked down below. But since all that happened, another member of the Mr. Beast team has come out with a statement, and that statement is absolute, irrefutable garbage that fails to address literally any of the important issues whatsoever in yet another example of how to irreversibly screw up your own public reputation, speedrun edition. Just to clarify, this is
here in a little bit. You and Mo can 2v1 me, man.
That's a whole separate problem. There's a lot of really intense issues coming out with regards to all that, and inappropriate behavior, and Discord servers, and private messages.
W-mans.
Jimmy's
Why'd you quit?
involved, and the list goes on. But for me, the concept of running illegal lotteries, falsifying game show results, and breaking the law is a lot more immediately interesting when it comes to the world's largest YouTuber, who is renowned across the planet for his incredible generosity.
Nostalgic for no reason? Why, bro?
Bit of it
like, what were you doing?
Gain, nothing more. Anyway, a video came out from a former employee who claimed essentially
Fortnite. Oh hell
First,
nah.
the game show video
hell nah.
directly impacting the integrity of the competition. Second,
you're getting nostalgic right as I'm doing my signature, man. Drinking the drink, bro. While my nose is all stopped up. Yo, dude, it's almost August. Can you believe that?
Chocolate bars are more akin to
tomorrow,
tickets
man,
than actual merchandise, directly targeting children, which is a pretty severe ethical quagmire. And third, during his t-shirt signing live stream events, the team is frequently offering illegal lotteries, which are either not paid out properly or otherwise violate a bevy of regulations regarding sweepstakes law. In essence, the methods, by which Mr. Beast has risen to fame and fortune is intrinsically predatory, as it leverages child psychology for maximum profit. Pretty intense allegations, if you ask me. Adding this in postscript, because I just noticed, there was 5 hours of one of these live streams where they were doing all this stuff that was still up on Facebook, and now, after all of the news of this broke, they went and took that down too. So they are running around trying to pull every
I'll do something. Okay. I don't know what I'm planning on doing, but it'll definitely be something. It's too much the files I need to do. Yes. Fuck those files, man. But yeah, I'll do something. I'll try and like set up my room and whatnot. I'll try to change it for Halloween. I'll wear a costume and everything. But I will change up how my room looks for Halloween. I think I want to start doing that too. For like Christmas and shit like that. I think that'd be cool. Have like themed seasonals.
stuff that they did, including this one on Facebook. And I want to specifically address him saying our videos are
no maid costume, bro.
fake or staged, because this is not true. And
Bro, we've already gone over this.
Was a paid actor. I don't even. This is something that then again, right in the video, he says we're going to make things interesting and offer the one guy in there who knows how to solve.
It won't be the entire month. It'll be at the end of the month, like for the last like 2 weeks of it. I can probably find something to put together, because usually a lot of games are releasing around there.
That question can actually be debated heavily, but what can't be debated is the fact that Mr. Beast directly influenced the challenge and the winning team in a biased way openly, which in part affected the results. Point blank, period, Chucky. The rest of the response is more useless garbage. He doesn't even make a passing attempt at refuting anything of substance, and the entire thing boils down to a simplified claim that the other guy is lying. Mr. Beast hasn't done anything wrong. But from where I sit, this is a pretty stunning example of someone doing things wrong that are predatory and unethical, as the metaphorical levee breaks and the world kind of wakes up to the fact of who they are and what they do. Actually,
are they talking
the
about
final outro is
removing the
and it goes
videos?
like this, quote, Jimmy spends unfathomable amounts of money and time to ensure the integrity of what he does, and I hate to see it come into question with a bunch of lies. Dawson, if you leave this up, then you're a hypocrite, end quote. But from where I sit, it is painfully clear that Mr. Beast's competitions have zero integrity. He openly manipulates the results.
Chris, well, apparently, the new news on that is that his sister came forward and said he's not a tranny. He's not a trans person, right? He just gets off on the idea that he's wearing women's clothes and pretending to be a woman. It's straight from his sister's mouth. Straight from the camel's mouth, man.
In a multitude of ways. There's many.
So I don't know.
more
I don't
examples.
know
I told
what's
some of them
happening.
in the prior video, which again is linked down below. But yeah, there's a bunch of examples. This
regardless,
debunking response is completely
he or
worthless.
she is
and
disgusting.
The real substance of the initial video itself has nothing to do with just editing the videos.
Yeah.
The real substance is selling merchandise on a live stream while you tell everyone.
He said, she said that he just gets off on the idea of wearing women's clothes. That the last time that he got caught by her wearing her clothes, and he said that it turned him on, which is a little freaky to say to your sister, but yikes.
Who buys a shirt in the next 5 minutes will get thousands of dollars.
Okay, like it's just the same thing, man. We've already seen that.
Needs to get roasted. Right?
I thought there was gonna be more developments. Yeah, he's a little freak, man. He's a little freaky. What?
So, most critical goes.
No. No shot this is real, dude. No shot this is real. Bro, what? Huh?
An indefinite hiatus.
He's made the decision to leave both the official podcast and Red Thread. He wants to go back to an indefinite hiatus to scale back his time spent on the internet. We obviously wish him the best, for everyone to respect his decision. Oh, it's a Reddit post. It's a Reddit post, bro.
So here's the thing, right? Is like, I don't know if he's taking a break. So this is what he said, right?
Do you believe that somebody can go through hormone therapy? Can they change their gender if they're a child?
I think that's totally fine as long as everyone is consenting, as you agree with.
Effective immediately, Charlie's made the decision to leave both the official podcast and Red Thread. He wants to go on an indefinite hiatus to scale back his time spent on the internet. We obviously...
What? Bro, wait, what happened? What happened between him and Sneeko, dude? There's nothing to do that's nostalgic. I can load up Siege and play that all day, bro. Wait, people. Let's get our information from XQC,
Oh,
bro.
there it is.
Anything under 18. If you are under
That's
18, you are a
exactly
child.
what a child.
Are extenuating circumstances, of course, but at that age, you are starting to become independent.
Hold
you
on,
are no
hold on.
longer.
I'm doing great, man. A little upset because I see that Moist Critical is taking a break from the internet. What happened?
Just in your parents'
What about you,
household
man? How
a
are you?
kid.
Right,
You are
but
now
you-
going
you-
off into the world on your own.
You do admit that that varies for most people, right? And a lot of people don't move out of their parents' homes until they're 25, 26, 27. A lot of people
Yeah,
don't.
there's nothing wrong with
A
that.
lot
I'm
of people
saying,
graduate
on the
high
whole,
school 16. A lot of people graduate high school 20. It's a huge variable. So to set that in stone is that
I agree. If you debate this, you already lost.
this is when you're a kid and this is you're an adult, that doesn't apply to most people. So why
Oh, of
would you
course,
define
man.
a kid and an adult if it doesn't apply to most
Love
people?
from the Netherlands.
Because it needs to be defined. Otherwise, you can get into this really gray area where you, like a lot of the things you say, can be misconstrued as you wanting to have sex with a 15, 16-year-old.
Who
Right?
who construed that?
A lot of people, because I mean,
I don't
in
think
your
anybody
clips
thinks
that
that.
I played in the
There's-
video, you
there's
were
no-
saying like the age of maturity, the age of development, and then you use 16 and 17 in that clip.
So
like, for the age of marriage.
The definition of an adult is 18 years old.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty fine establishment right there. Anything under 18 would classify as a kid. I think that's
Yeah.
important.
Okay, but you're getting that from what? From personal experience, from the government, from the law? Because that's legally in America, that's when you become an adult, correct?
Yeah, legally. it
So
is.
you're following the government's definition.
I mean, there's also quite a bit of
Hello, XQC, have a good
there's also quite a bit of science behind it.
Of an adult.
I think there needs to be a definition, and that one's been around for a long time, and I think that's the one most people accept as the closest to, like, yeah, this is when you become an adult.
It actually hasn't, right? 200 years ago in the 1800s in America, the age of
Yeah,
marriage.
but we can't live like that. We're so much more advanced than that. Why would we play by those rules? Because at that point, are you going to start arguing that we should be able to start wedding 12-year-olds? Like, is 12 too young?
That's not the point. I'm saying you're saying that the U.S. defined adult
Yeah.
as 18. Well, I'm saying 200 years ago, the age of marriage in America was 10, and the UK was 7.
Why is the standard that we apply 200 years ago?
Right, so if the government decides,
Amendment
to change,
comes
you're
in
saying it's
every so
18.
often.
If the government if Kamala Harris gets elected, then the new legal age of an adult is 25, and there could be reasons to say that. They graduated college, they don't leave the house until this age. Their brains don't develop until they're 25. Your frontal cortex is not fully developed until you're 25 years old. A lot of people aren't making serious money. They're not able to live independently. A lot of things that you could use to classify an adult don't happen for the new age American until 25 years old. So if Kamala Harris
He's not right low key. I think it's a point that people agreed on.
When does he
upon.
break down and just
that
have
it's
like a
developed
just a
enough.
mental
So
disruption?
raised it to 25,
It's
would you
developed
then say that that's the new
enough.
age? Would you agree with
That's
that?
why there's science behind it.
I think that'd be totally understandable. Like, I
Right,
think
so
that's
does
Weapon
that-
our
so then does
ability?
that make-
if you
So
I
then
don't
does
know.
that make anybody who
I think our
sleeps with an
weapon's
under
pretty good.
25-year-old, does that now make them a pedophile?
No, I don't think necessarily that makes them a retroactive pedophile.
So what-
by
so
any
then what's a
means, But
pedophile?
it's an accepted definition of 18 for a long time is
Not for
the
that
agreed
long.
upon.
Not for that long, and not through most states.
Even though there is, maybe what we're saying is right that they stopped doing the science behind it after 25 or whatever the fuck, right? I think there's significant stuff that shows a decline after like 27 or 28. I think.
And not through most countries across the world.
Do you see why this is like a weird take to have though? Like I don't think you're coming at this from a place
Yeah,
of you
some
wanting
studies
to fuck
are-
a 15-year-old, are you? Like to go back to that question, is 12 too young? Do you think 12 is too young?
I think 12 is too young for me. Yes.
Well, for you, do you think 12 is too young in general? I feel like that should be an easy answer.
12 is too young in general, correct? Because,
Okay.
yes.
And I don't
But
think you're
I want
coming
to
at this
want to
from that
define.
angle.
But what you're saying, your definition of adult, is not even the
All notifications are pretty silent, man. Like I make sure to. Group E still needs to finish, then it's a loser bracket. So wait, so are major or championships going on right now? And early tonight.
I'm saying, in general or whatever, right? This is for him, which means that it's still being rationalized in his head, which I think.
the actual definition. Do you know what the definition of child is? Like anybody watching this can Google it. You can Google it too. The definition of child is somebody who has not reached puberty yet. That's the definition.
Yeah, and then you get into like the abibophile or whatever. As
So where does he lose?
pedophile, and those are all.
I don't know. I have no idea what those terms are. I don't know what that is, but I'm saying that's the actual definition. When somebody reaches maturity, it's based off of biological and physical maturity.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. and
So
right
so
now-
so it varies for everybody. Adulthood is not something that you can set in stone because it's different for the entire world. Right? I moved
like,
out
why-
when I was 14. A lot of people don't move out until they're 25. I went through puberty when I was 17. A lot of people went through puberty when they were 13, 14, 15. It changes
It won't guess me. My information is not online. It'd be impossible for it to guess me.
for everybody. So for you to say that this is the set in stone age and say you're a pedophile if it's under 18, and then if you're over 18, you're fine. Well, then that's a weird line that doesn't
when
make
does
sense.
he
So
have
you're gonna
a when does he have a brain just like
I want to know why. And they have an equation of X and Y, and they don't have either of the values, so it's irrelevant. This is brain dead.
Somebody
I'm aware.
goes through puberty and they're physically ready, they're biologically ready, they're an adult. So they could the two 16-year-olds can be considered
Chat,
adults
chat.
by my logic.
We're not. But we're not.
When does it get cooked?
we're not-
on Google? I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be on Google.
Yeah, he's not getting cooked. He's just not.
You can just type it in right now, but so do gamblers. So does every. Okay.
You know
every-
what's forbidden in Islam?
There's
Well, I
like
know.
Gambling.
yeah, I guess there's like
I get it.
three
You know what's
things.
also
Gamble.
you know what's of course I have. I've drank before too, and I've had sex out of wedlock. Does that
Exactly.
make me perfect? No. Islam is perfect, but we are not perfect. This is why we
Wait. What the hell? Yo. I've never Googled myself. There's just like this. Yo, wait. That's kind of funny. Interesting.
need rules. Alcohol, same thing. It harms you. That's why we ban it. Sex out of wedlock, it harms you. That's why we ban it. Cutting your dick
Wait. It harms you. It harms you how?
to them, that is irreversible. That is harm. Harm is almost
So do,
equal.
so do gamblers. So does every. Okay.
You know,
Hold on.
I pride myself in the fact that I rejected a $20 million gambling deal. I got a call
That never happened, by the way.
and they said, "Do you want to gamble for a year?"
oh.
And I said, "No, I can't do this because my religion says this is wrong." You need to have something that's consistent. The same reason my religion says you cannot become a woman, you cannot cut a kid's penis off, I'm going to say no to that. You need to be consistent with your idea of harm because you know this is factually true. Trans people have the highest suicide rate. They're some of the most depressed people. They're constantly in therapy. After 7
Chad, you can throw numbers like that. Oh, guys, they offered me this or that, but without saying like what the terms of the deal were. I have to tell you one. I'll put my hands over fire and say that that's a flat out lie. He never got offered that much money, ever. There's probably no proof, nothing. And just say, oh, he was on a call, whatever. Dude, even if he streamed 20 hours a day out of 24, the entire year, they still wouldn't give him 20 mil. He's just yapping.
7 years, the dopamine wears off and they get depressed again. They want to change. The amount of people that want to detransition is
Drama.
huge. These people are set up for failure. It's essentially death. It's harming
Yo,
them.
is Derek ready?
So why
Chat.
is it okay for
Chat, I have a sponsor to do with Tarek. Is he ready or not? Hold on.
Bro, what is this?
You sharing?
You're
that?
against
I've never
gambling?
heard you do that before. Huh?
I've yapped about this. Like my community makes fun of me for talking about it too much. It was like a meme about how much I talk about it. That's why.
No, I had no idea.
Okay, you don't do it either.
What?
You don't promote gambling or anything.
No, man.
This guy's not against gambling. What is he talking about?
Do you drink?
I just started drinking again occasionally.
Occasionally, right? But you wouldn't encourage it.
No, I don't want people to go out and do bad things. I'm not perfect though, so
He
I
is
do
not
try.
anti-gambling. What are you
And I
talking
play
about?
poker with friends occasionally, but
Yeah, with small amounts of
your
money,
question-
you're not a gambling addict.
How is he? How is he? How's he anti-gambling? Brother, he hounds around the tables and plays at the fucking Red Rock. What are you talking about?
Addict.
no. But
What are you talking about?
the
You
big
guys are
thing
rented.
that I've
So, but yeah,
always
that's
seen
but
from
that's
you
really
is-
good, bro. This is why I took this call, because like I see, and this is why I don't hate. Like, some people think I hate you and I don't. Like, I see, like, there's a good person, bro, but the trans stuff, like, this is actually harming people, and this is why I was right so long ago.
Oh, it doesn't promote it. Oh, okay. I thought this was about the idea of like some morality or some religion thing or whatever the fuck. So basically, religion is what you say, but not what you do, basically. So what we're saying is that to be religious means that you say, guys, I went and prayed and I went and did this, but you actually didn't go and pray. It's all about the things that you say, not the things that you do, right?
What's even worse than
According
Chris,
to you
like,
guys.
messaging 13-year-old boys and being addicted to porn and all this stuff is encouraging people to do this, to follow suit. It's wrong. It's only been right for 10 years. We can't change human history and say that this new idea of kids taking
Take it,
HRT and permanent damage to their body is okay. We can't change morality like that fast. That damages society. Even Mr. Beast, like a guy that you like a lot, and I think even then I don't hate him. I think he's a good person.
Yo, brother, you ready?
What's good, man? You ready?
Yeah, so that we don't even get to hear? No, bro. LXQC on this one. But I'll like the video, sure, because I did watch it. Wait, so he's just not gonna be uploading anymore? Bro, what?
So last year we had some major drama between Moist Critical, aka Charlie, and streamer Sneeko, as Sneeko was in his Red Pill era and posting relentlessly about Charlie, as well as a couple of other YouTubers and streamers he had made this infamous collage of.
Best commentary award is a dude who doesn't believe in anything, who games for 13 hours straight and so guys, I farted in a diarrhea and this happened. I'm not gonna say names. Someone texted me. He's in a monogamous relationship. This is his girl.
He posted about Charlie to the point where he eventually had to reply with this tweet: "You pathetic, sensitive, soy little worm. I made fun of you for watching your girlfriend get f***ed by numerous other men, and also insulted you for defending. That's not cancellation, that's just spitting on you for being a pitiful, sad." Out of this, we would then get the
Damn.
clip of Sneaky dancing around, brandishing a pistol in his hands, threatening Charlie, saying that he could get these clips.
You wanna watch my clips? Watch my clips. Watch my clips.
This, of course, would give us the most glorious moment in the beef, the Mags comment.
But he's a fucking imbecile. You absolute buffoon. What you have there is not clips. These are mags. They're mags, not clips. The same way that this is also a mag.
And then we would later get this debate. Overall, in the eyes of most, Charlie would decimate Sneeko here and make him look very immature. And I would say the majority of viewers thought at this point that he had won the war. Well, Sneeko has again been trashing Charlie like no other, especially over the recent situation with Mr. Beast and his creeper Chris. Sneeko's stance was that Charlie is a coward for not immediately speaking up about this situation, saying that he is a hypocrite for talking about Dr. Disrespect, but not discussing Chris.
Yo, look out. Moist Critical is not going to go talk about the Chris situation because he wants to have the Mr. Beast collab.
Well, Charlie would respond to this on Twitter and even spend several minutes in his video about the Chris situation, addressing Sneeko's claim that he was ducking this topic.
I was always going to make a full breakdown of this because it's bad. It's a horrible situation. So yes, you're right. I do talk about like big trending bad shit like Dr. Disrespect or like Cody Ko most recently. I don't know why people thought I wouldn't talk about this. So I've never been someone to and shy away from a bad situation like this just because I know or am familiar with the person that it's about. He has no problem abandoning his morals and defending Blake constantly.
Type of stress.
seen this, we've
But
seen
if
this.
these two comments that these guys made are any indication of how this debate went overall, yeah, I just don't think my brain could have taken it. So first, let's talk about what Sneeko had to say. As you guys know, he's been riding the anti-age of consent wave for quite some time now.
It's just because we have a different idea of what it means to be a child, which can be tracked historically. The general principle in Islam is, you can do what you kind of want, so long as, I'm not going to say you can do what you want so long as you're harming. You can marry whomever you want to marry, so long as it doesn't cause them harm, physical and psychological. And once again, is very relative.
And so Charlie kind of questioned him about his beliefs here, asking him if a 21-year-old should be able to marry a 15-year-old. And you'll never believe what he has to say.
I'm talking about your personal beliefs. Do you think someone in their 20s should be able to marry a 15 or 16-year-old?
So should someone who's about to graduate college be able to marry someone who's just entering high school? Like last year, they were running around on that middle school playground.
Yeah,
I personally wouldn't do it. I don't know many people who would do it. The maturity for people and the teenagers in the West is getting much worse, but there are...
We're talking globally. Let's just talk globally. Like, do you think it is okay for... And I'm not talking about just you specifically anymore. Anyone. Do you think it's okay for anyone in their 20s, an adult, to marry a 15 or 16-year-old?
A 21-year-old, if there was a marriage where the father consented and the daughter consented, and it was both good on both families and they wanted to do it, why am I going to get involved? Why should we get the government involved?
Well, at that point, that's almost like arguing, well, why should we have any laws at all? I mean,
right,
don't get me wrong, I'm not
what?
a big fan of the government overreaching into people's personal lives and their personal decisions. But as a society, we have to have some sort of structure of what's right and wrong. And I would think that most people with a rational brain can understand why a 15-year-old is not mentally equipped to handle the decision of getting married to someone in their 20s.
Why would I tell them if everybody's consenting, if everybody's okay with it, if the parents are okay with it, if nobody's being harmed, if it's going to be okay, if they're both abiding by the rules and they're not hurting each other, why not?
Because like I said, the 15-year-old just does not have the mental capacity to truly understand what they're doing, and so really they cannot consent to the marriage. And I believe that is kind of Charlie's point that he tries to make against Sneako here, which I think is the right line of thinking. The only problem is Sneako uses the classic debate tactic of using Charlie's own logic against him, when Charlie would try to make an even possibly more mind-boggling point about a child's ability to choose to transition. But we'll get back to that in a second. I did first want to talk about some of the other comments that Sneako has made regarding the or it's just an effect to die.
It's only 18 and something like 10.
Need the blame the child and they're into Sneako's trap.
Do you believe that somebody...
It's clear that Sneako is trying to follow this creatic method here and taking these proportions to the logical conclusion, but Charlie is chained by Twitch guidelines and fear of cancellation. I mean, that's true though. I mean, he was on. Was he on Twitch? I thought he was on YouTube. Which again, like YouTube does the same thing. But again, it's like cancellation is whatever you want it to be. I mean, you think you're canceled, you stop uploading, you're canceled. That's just still how I see it. Like, I can sit here and I can hate on all the people. I can hate on them. I don't want to push you guys to hate anybody, of course. But like with the whole pedophiles things, I hate them. I can't stand people that prey on children. Anyone in particular. Now, I don't agree with children transitioning. I don't agree with that at all. It's not a do whatever they want type of thing, or if their parents consent. It's like I feel like that would be like long-term abuse. But I mean, that's just like my take on it. I don't agree with it, and I don't think I'll ever like, agree with a child going through surgery like that. It's pretty traumatic. But I mean, I'm not on this debate. I don't agree with, underage marriage. I don't agree with underage transitions. I don't care either way. But like, obviously on Twitch, I'm not allowed to say that. But I'm not on Twitch, right? So it is what it is. I understand that people like to tiptoe and do all this. And my view on that is if you're an adult, you do whatever you want. Don't go after children. You can be whoever you want. You can fuck whoever you want. I don't care. As long as you leave the children out of it, I'm okay.
Can go through hormone therapy. Can they change their gender if they're a child?
I think that's totally fine as long as everyone is consenting, as you agree with.
Okay.
Just look at the glee on Sneako's face as he realizes that he fell for his trap card.
Hormone therapy, can they change their gender if they're a child?
I think that's totally fine as long as everyone is consenting, as you agree with.
And obviously, guys, what's the point that's about to be made? Sneako's pretty much gonna say, well, Charlie, so
Yeah.
a kid cannot consent to marrying an adult, but they can't consent to making a life-altering decision.
Okay, so as long as everyone,
If your parents are okay with it and you are okay with it,
Yeah, I think
that's
Charlie
totally
is in the
decision
wrong
to
here.
make, Yeah.
For
Okay.
sure.
So they're
But,
literally
I mean-
making the exact same stupid arguments about two different, very, I guess, controversial topics.
so a child can cut their penis off and take hormone blockers and change their biology forever, but they can't get married.
Oh, that's a decision that now extends beyond the family because now you're bringing in a different party. So if you have someone that's your age coming in saying, I want to marry that child, I don't think that can happen under any circumstance.
Yeah, but neither thing should happen under any
Right,
circumstance.
exactly.
I mean, listen, guys, I'm all for transitioning once you are an adult.
Once an adult,
Using your
yes,
own money,
yeah,
okay? I
sure.
don't think taxpayers should pay for that type of surgery. But if you want to go and do whatever you want to your own body, well, I'm really all for it. Because
Right.
at the end of the day, I am for adults having their own personal freedoms. But should a child be able to make that type
No.
of life-altering decision? Absolutely not. Should their parents be able to make that type of life-altering decision for their kid? To me, no.
No,
Like if I
no,
take a
no,
baby
no,
to
no,
a
no, no.
tattoo parlor and say, hey, I consent, put a tattoo right across their forehead that says idiot, there's a reason that nobody is going to allow you to do
Right,
that.
Okay,
yeah.
if I'm 16 and I personally want to marry this girl, she's beautiful,
Okay,
she's 21
okay.
years old, her family wants to do it, my family wants to do it. You're saying I can't do that. We're both consenting, I'm ready to go, I'm physically mature, but I'm not allowed to marry because Moy says that woman's a. But if then the next day I leave it, I'm depressed, I want to cut my penis off. I can go right into the clinic, snip it off, and start taking HRT like Chris Tyson. That's a society that makes sense to you?
It is. I believe
okay.
everyone has complete. Yep, I believe everyone has the right to do with their body.
No,
what they
he
want
doesn't.
to
He
do.
doesn't really believe this, bro. He doesn't. Like he is chained. He is chained down by the guidelines, and I don't know what this fear of cancellation is. To my understanding, the trans community, I don't think they want children to go through the transition surgery either. And if they do, I mean, they're just bad people. Like, bro, like, why do you want to push that on a kid? It's irreversible, and like they don't have the cognitive ability to just like be okay with that.
Okay.
It's just so bad. I gotta say, this is the biggest L I've probably ever seen Charlie take, and he kind of just walked right into it. I mean, like I
Yeah.
said, once someone starts using your own logic against you, the debate is pretty much over. I mean, at the end of the day, guys, you know what my point of view is?
In general. What is this? You're just playing Breath of the Wild? Oh, yeah, yeah. But are you just now learning how to do this? Are you Bro, open your eyes, man. Hurry up. You already changed all your key binds and everything because you're gonna need to. No, I still gotta do it. That makes sense. Yo, bro, where's the dude's nipple? That's crazy. Games today, man. Can't even add nipples on men. Yo, it's actually insane how shit the graphics are for a Switch. Like in 2024, we have the same graphics as a PlayStation, like a portable. I think even the PSP had better graphics than the Switch does. I mean, have you seen the new Pokemon games? Yeah, it's not there, bro. Bro, they're awful. They're so bad. It's unbelievable. We should have way better graphics. Yeah, should have set priority to the emulator. Because I already know you didn't do that. Yeah, have fun, bro. Have fun with that. You gotta change it. You gotta change all your keybinds. Yeah.
Then either of those things are okay. The other thing I did want to say is I do believe that it's actually a lot easier for someone to transition if they want to do that, if they wait until they're an adult. I believe if you start taking the hormone blockers too young and your reproductive organs don't have the right time to develop, there will usually be a lot
Yeah,
of
for sure.
complications with the
I
surgery.
think I'm about to restart the stream because it's set to low latency instead of ultra low. And I want to have as low a delay as possible. Because for whatever reason, it's not allowing me to stream in 1440p. So, like, there's actually no reason for me to even do this. I don't know what it's doing, honestly. But I'm wondering. Yeah, I'm gonna have to end and then just restart. So hold on, I'll be right back.